Hello and welcome back to the Essex Allotment Farm. It's been a while, so we're going to jump straight in and have a look at what I've been up to. For those who don't know me, my name is Alex. I'm a organic vegetable grower here in the UK, growing on a small scale market garden for commercial use, next to a factory, which you can hear in the background, which is always a bonus. So, as I said, I haven't vlogged in a while. We're having a quick look around and we're going to start in the top of the field. Firstly, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for saying subscribed. I know I haven't vlogged, or I've only vlogged once in the last couple of weeks, which is a little bit unusual for me, but a mixture of being mega busy, some issues away from the farm, and COVID related stuff. I've just been super busy, but I'll catch you up now with what I've been up to. Everything's okay, we're back on it, we're back at it, and yeah, we're starting at the top of the field, or halfway down the field I should say, in block C, which is now complete and all the beds and plastic is done, and block D, which is halfway complete. When I say complete, the beds are ready, manured, weeded, manured, then composted and ready to plant. I haven't been able to get the wood chip into the field yet to do the pass, but that's coming. That won't be too long. And as I said, block D is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beds complete. So there's another 5 to go in there to make that a block of 12, and then one more block to go just behind it. And you can see, whoop, good camera work in the background there. The compost is in the field and ready to go. Okay, so we're all the way back down next to the shed, and another big change that you won't have seen yet is this nursery bed here. I've put 3 beds in there and I've planted 110 seed potatoes in this patch here, and I've been told deer and rabbits don't eat potato leaves, so that you should be fine outside of the fencing. And then I've just laid down some weed membrane to store all of my seed starts. So we've got everything here from spinach to chard to spring onions, kales, broad beans, you name it, it's still there. Obviously these are just the hardy ones, and I've got loads left still at home. So I am covering those bits with fleece or netting as and when it needs it, but at the moment we're in the middle of our spring mini heat wave, which is going to drop off pretty drastically, but they're completely fine uncovered at the moment. There's very little pest problems here for the moment at this early in the season. Touch wood, so far I've had no problems with birds, so the last couple of days and nights those bits there have been uncovered completely. I've jumped into the middle of, or in between, block A and block B. This is where most of the action is. It's looking a tiny bit green, which is great. The garlic has tripled in size and continues to grow particularly well as the weather improves, and the strawberries are putting on some nice fresh growth in the middle of the crowns. So that'll be really good for the strawberry production later in the season. The broad beans over the far side are going strong, and I've filled in some of the ones that I lost in the real harsh bit of the winter that we had, with some fresh starts that I started in seed trays. And the few onions that, again, you'll have seen before over the far side have continued to grow, and they'll start to bulb up anytime soon. So let's have a look what I've chucked in the ground and got in place so far. Actually only got, brilliant timing, actually only got 7 of the 20 beds left to plant in these 2 blocks. So let's go and have a jump and look at what I've got in the ground. So here we are in block A, bed 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got Cavallonero Tuscan style kale in the first half of this bed, and red Russian kale planted in the second half of the bed. And I've intensely cropped that and planted them close together for smaller leaves. So my beds are 75 centimeters wide. I got 4 rows, and I've planted these at about 20 centimeters apart. So yeah, really intensely cropped. In A5 next to that, we've got some spinach, some very small leaf spinach. Let me see if I can show you one. Just transplanted out in the last couple of days. And then at the top of this bed here, we've got some scatter sown rocket. So all the way to the end of this bed should be a nice carpet of rocket. So if I can get a closer look at this. In A6, right at the front of the whole field, effectively, I've got the 750p plants planted in the 15 metres of trellising, which you'll have seen in an earlier vlog. This is still test crops to come out in A7. A8 is nothing. A few bits of green you can see there is the tiny bit of weed pressure I've got. And then in A9, I've just started to plant out spinach and mustard leaf, a red mustard leaf. So yeah, let me show you that quickly. Along with the strawberries, garlic, another loud bang, brilliant, from the factory. Oh my God, this is it. Listen to that. Yeah, what I was trying to say is, along with the strawberries, garlic, onions and broad beans, which we've already talked about, that is block A, and there's only 4 empty beds left in this block for me to plant. I'm sorry about the sound. I'm gonna have to stick with it, because if I don't record today, there won't be a vlog out for another week probably. It's just the way it is. They're having some major building works done next door, so they are a factory. They're usually pretty quiet, but they're having some work done to a new office block for the factory right the other side of my hedge. So yeah, that's what you can hear. So up in block B, again, we've already talked about it, strawberries. So that's the block B, the perennial bed, and then 10, 9, 8 is all my garlic. I've got field beans left, 1 bed of field beans left to come out here, which is still fixing the nitrogen. And then in, so what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B6, B5, B4, B3, B2 we're all planted, and I'll show you what they are, and B1 is still empty. Clearly I can't count backwards, so under this low tunnel made out of plastic, the blue water pipe tubing and just a bit of wire, I've sown 5,500 carrot seeds. The plastic is over them to keep the soil warm so they germinate, but also to keep and lock in a lot of the moisture, because as you know, carrot seeds, when they're direct sown, the biggest reason you don't get germination or good germination is that the seeds or soil dry out. So that's the thinking behind that. In B3 and B4, so under this fleece here and open here, I've taken the fleece off this one so I can show you. I have Serbian kale planted at a more generous spacing of 3 rows and 30 centimeters between plants. So there'll be my bigger leaf kale. That's all the way along there. And it's the same, exactly the same in B4. So 2 beds of that. And then B5 and B6 under here, I will lift up the edge of this. We've got red kohlrabi all the way down there, and in the same spacing but in the next bed we've got green kohlrabi, and I've spaced them 15 centimeters and 4 rows. There you go, look, that's about 1, 2, 3, 4 and 15 centimeters between the plants this way. And they put on quite a nice amount of growth over the last couple of days where it's been sunny. So that is it. That's everything that is in block B. There's only 2 beds empty here, which is B1 and B6, yeah, or 7, B7. I will get the hang of that, or maybe I'll just change it. But yeah, so that's block B, pretty much all planted apart from those 2 beds, which is why we're cracking on with block C and block D, because very soon, by the time I've got all those seed starts out and the ones at home, we'll have run out of space. So I better get cracking. So I hope you enjoyed that bit of an update, a very quick sort of 10-minute video, just a whistle-stop tour of how things are going on the farm. I'm back vlogging now, like I said, and things should be a little bit more consistent again. So thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed it, give it the thumbs up. As always, comment below and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.